It's not black and white. It's not cut and dried. It's not tooth for tooth. It's not eye for eye. Well, that's what Jesus said. At least that's what he meant. Doling out the daily bread, ripping up the sacraments. He had the Bible in his hand, tearing out the pages, just pulling out the hate passed down through the ages. It's not life or death. It's not do or die. It's not the glory boys. It's not the battle's noise. Fighting face to face, going toe to toe, bloody blade on blade, bleeding blow for blow. They heard 5 minutes more till the glory boys, in a whisper, louder than the battle's noise. 3 minutes more, came the sergeant's cry. Don't strike that match or light that light. 2 minutes more till it's time to go. 1 minute more till the whistle blows. Then it's up the ladder and over the top. Too brave to run. Too scared to stop. Was there talk of surrender? A murmur of despair? Could they detect the drop in pressure that let in the fear? Did you hear? Did you see the men on their knees begging, please, please not me? Was there talk of defeat in the enemy camp? Could you smell the fear from across the border? When we leaned our ladders, all doubt had passed. We scaled the walls, put up our flags. No questions asked. She said, bless me, bartender, for I have sinned. I wish the man would die today. The bartender crossed himself and poured a gin. She took a sip and began to pray. Pray that man would die today. She said, bless me, bartender, for I have sinned. I killed a man today. I saw the life force drain out of him. I saw the light in his eyes just fade away. But he heard me say, I wish that man would die today. But God never wondered, he never asked himself how man can be so cruel to keep her prisoner for 100 days, torture her in so many ways. Millions have died at his hand. There'll be more to follow. We're here today and gone tomorrow. Floods and fires, sorrow and pain, plagues and pestilence, his stock in trade. He wrote the book, carved in tablets of stone, saying, do what I say, not what I have done. Woo! A little bit of help Mr. Honer, it's my security blanket. The answer was no. They were sure. They were sure they didn't do tours. The hologram on the door, she was sure there was no one around to give us a tour, even if they did do tours. And the 3D avatar on the screen didn't seem keen. He hissed, "If you persist, you'll end up on a list of suspected terrorists." The answer was clear, the message was plain. Do not ask again about this fragment of shell that was pulled from the shoulder of a boy on a stretcher in a bombed-out town centre. This fragment of shell is coming home to the factory where it was born. In laboratory conditions, untouched by human hands, robots' arms at their command. This fragment of shell was pulled from the shoulder of a boy on a stretcher in a bombed-out town centre. Hellfire came like steel drops of rain. Its aim that day to kill and maim. Hellfire raged over the children's game, and steel rain stopped play. Hellfire rained on the ambulance that came. The passengers prayed, but I'm afraid God wasn't listening that day. And hellfire came, but it left a trace, a sequence of numbers, a place, and a date. This fragment of shell has a story to tell. In a bunker in Alabama, they manufacture terror. But they don't set the fuse. They don't pull the trigger. And there'll be no admission of guilt for the rockets that they've built. There'll be no such submission to any war crime commission. And the corporation's position? We didn't pull the trigger. We didn't set the fuse. We can't be blamed if our product is misused. Thank you very much.